Are you tired of working hard and still feeling broke at the end of every month? It's not your fault. It's your philosophy. Most people have been taught that income equals wealth. But that's a lie. Because wealth doesn't start with a paycheck. It starts with a mindset. You don't need to earn more. You need to think differently about what you already earn. The secret to building wealth on any income isn't hidden in some complicated strategy or miracle investment. It's in how you manage what you have right now. And when you master that, everything changes. So let's begin. Let me ask you something most people avoid. What if your income never changed? Could you still become wealthy? Most would say no. Most have been taught that the only path to wealth is through more. More money, more promotions, more opportunities. But that's a myth, a dangerous one. Because wealth has never been about income. It's always been about behavior, about philosophy, about mindset. And the secret most never learn is this. You don't need a 6-figure salary to build a 7-figure life. You just need a strategy and the discipline to live by it. I've seen people making millions live paycheck to paycheck. And I've seen people earning modest incomes retire free, generous, and fulfilled. What's the difference? The answer lies in what I'm about to share with you. These are the principles I built my life on, principles that work whether you're earning minimum wage or managing millions. If you apply them, your income won't matter nearly as much as your decisions will. This is the secret to building wealth on any income. And it starts right now. The first shift you must make is to stop confusing wealth with lifestyle. Just because someone drives a nice car or wears expensive clothes doesn't mean they're wealthy. It means they know how to spend money. But wealth isn't what you spend, it's what you keep. It's what you multiply. Wealth is silent. It's disciplined. It doesn't shout. It builds quietly, in the background, while most people are busy trying to impress people they don't even like. And it doesn't matter if you make 1 0 a month or 10 0. The question is, how much of it are you keeping? How much of it are you putting to work? Because until your money starts working for you, you'll always be working for it. Let me give you a principle I learned early. It's not about how much you make, it's about how you manage what you make. You have to become a good steward of every dollar. Treat every paycheck like a test. Can you control it? Can you give it direction? Can you assign it a purpose? Because if you don't assign your money a purpose, it will find one, usually one that benefits someone else's dream, not yours. So start here. Save 10%, minimum, non-negotiable. I don't care how tight it feels. I don't care how small it seems. You train yourself to take a piece of everything you earn and set it aside not for emergencies, not for splurges, but for your future. This habit alone separates the wealthy from the broke, because it's not about the amount, it's about the discipline. And discipline is the foundation of wealth. Once you master that, then you can invest. And when you invest, you multiply. Now some will say, but I don't know where to invest. I don't have enough to invest. And that's the second principle. The best investment you'll ever make is in yourself. Before you worry about stocks, real estate, or businesses, invest in your own skills, mindset, and education. Read books, take courses, attend seminars. Learn how to think like a builder, not just a worker. Because if you grow yourself, your value increases. And when your value increases, your income has no choice but to follow. I started with nothing, no connections, no degree, no fancy resume, but I had hunger. And that hunger led me to books, mentors, habits, routines, and eventually, results. So if you want to build wealth on any income, stop waiting for the right time, or the right raise, or the perfect market. Start building the habits of wealth now, even if it's just saving $5. Even if it's reading 10 pages, even if it's waking up 30 minutes earlier to plan your day. If you make 2 0 a month and save just 200 by the end of the year, you'll have 400 saved. That's your start. That's proof that discipline is stronger than income. That's what most people miss. Wealth is built in the small, consistent choices that compound over time, not in sudden windfalls. These little choices are how wealth begins. Because wealth is not one big breakthrough. It's 1,000 quiet disciplines stacked over time. Discipline is wealth. Consistency is wealth. Clarity is wealth, and those don't cost a dime. So if you're serious about building wealth, don't just look at your bank statement. Look at your habits. Look at how you think. Look at how you speak. Look at how you spend your time, because that's where wealth is built or destroyed. Every day, you either become a little richer or a little poorer. And that's not about income. It's about decisions. Let's talk about one of the biggest enemies of wealth: impulse. You can't build a strong financial future if you're constantly chasing short-term pleasure. Every time you trade your long-term security for momentary excitement, you're sabotaging yourself. A new gadget, a fancy dinner, a weekend trip you can't afford, it might feel good now, but it always comes with a cost. The wealthy understand something most people don't. Wealth is not built in what you buy. It's built in what you delay. Delayed gratification is one of the most powerful habits you can develop. It's the ability to say, I could buy this now, but I choose not to because I value freedom more than validation. Most people don't have a money problem. They have a discipline problem. They know they should save. They know they should invest. They know they should budget. But they let their feelings override their decisions. And that's why they stay stuck. So here's a challenge. For the next 90 days, track every dollar you spend. Not to shame yourself, but to wake yourself up. Awareness creates clarity. Clarity creates control. And once you're in control, that's when you start building. Next, learn to separate wants from needs. This might sound simple, but it's life-changing. You don't need a new phone every year. You don't need to upgrade your car because your neighbor did. You don't need to say yes to every invitation, every subscription, every so-called deal. You need clarity. You need vision. You need a reason to say no so you can say yes to something bigger. That's what wealth is: a series of intentional no's to create space for the ultimate yes. The yes to freedom. The yes to peace. The yes to options. The yes to living on your terms. And guess what? It doesn't require a huge income. It requires a huge shift in thinking. Because once your thinking changes, your standards change. And once your standards change, your life follows. Most people are walking around with high desires and low standards. They want the dream life, but they accept the default one. But not you. You're choosing to live different, to think different, to act with vision, not emotion. And every decision you make from here on out will either reinforce that or erode it. So make your choices count. Make your habits align. Make your money move with purpose. Because once you master that, you realize something powerful. You're not waiting to be rich. You're already wealthy in mindset, in discipline, in peace. And that's the foundation for every dollar that's coming next. Let me share another secret most people miss. Environment is wealth. What do I mean by that? I mean your surroundings, your habits, your people, your conversations. They either feed your future or drain it. You can't talk wealth with people committed to struggle. You can't grow in a space that celebrates mediocrity. You can't stay broke-minded and expect to build abundance. Your environment must match your intentions. Audit your circle. Who are you learning from? Who are you spending time with? Who are you listening to? If they don't talk about growth, strategy, discipline, chances are they're not building anything meaningful. And if they're not building, they'll distract you from your building. Sometimes, building wealth requires loneliness. Not forever, but for a season. A season where you say no to dinners, no to parties, no to distractions, not because you're antisocial, but because you're laser-focused. A season where you trade entertainment for education. A season where you learn to enjoy your own company because that's where clarity lives. And once you've built the foundation, once you've set the habits, once you've disciplined your mind, then you can re-emerge, stronger, clearer, and in control. Don't fear isolation. Use it. Because the truth is, most people won't understand your journey. They'll call you obsessed. They'll call you boring. They'll say you've changed. Let them talk. You're not here to impress anyone. You're here to build something real. And real takes time. It takes patience. It takes sacrifice. But the reward is priceless. Imagine waking up one day with zero debt, multiple streams of income, freedom to work or not work, and the ability to give generously. That's the reward. That's wealth. And every disciplined decision you make today is a seed for that harvest. So, plant intentionally, spend wisely, live deliberately. This is how you build wealth on any income. You master your mind, you guard your environment, and you choose progress over comfort every single day. Now let's get practical. If you're earning a modest income right now, here's exactly what you do. Step 1, track every dollar. You can't manage what you don't measure. Whether it's $5 or $5,000, know where it's going. Step 2, automate your saving. The moment you get paid, move at least 10% into a separate account. Don't wait. Don't think. Make it automatic. Step 3, kill unnecessary expenses. Look through your subscriptions, your habits, your spending patterns. What can you eliminate? What adds zero value to your goals? Step 4, build skills. Every week, commit to learning something that increases your value. Communication, sales, digital skills, leadership. Invest time into what pays long-term dividends. Step 5, find a way to increase your income. Don't wait for someone to promote you. Create something. Offer a service. Sell your knowledge. There are more ways to earn today than ever before, but you have to take initiative. Step 6, surround yourself with people who stretch you. Join communities, attend events, follow people who are where you want to be. Proximity is power. Step 7, stay consistent. Most people quit too soon. They try for a few months, don't see results, and give up. Don't be like most people. Wealth is built by those who are consistent when others get bored. If you follow these steps relentlessly, you will build wealth. Even on a small income, even without perfect conditions, even if no one believes in you yet. Because wealth doesn't come to the lucky. It comes to the prepared. It comes to those who decide that average is no longer acceptable. So decide. Decide today. Decide that you will no longer live in reaction but in creation. That you will no longer be ruled by consumption but by contribution. That you will no longer chase money but master it. Because that decision, it changes everything. That's the moment your income stops defining you, and your decisions start building your future. There's one more secret most people never discover. Peace is the ultimate wealth. You can have a big income and still live in anxiety. You can drive the nicest car and still feel trapped. You can earn more than ever and still be drowning in debt and stress. That's not wealth. Wealth is freedom. Freedom to choose where you spend your time. Freedom to sleep at night without worrying about bills. Freedom to say no to what doesn't align, and yes to what matters most. And that kind of freedom doesn't come from luck or inheritance. It comes from intention, from doing the work, from thinking ahead, from choosing discomfort now so you can experience peace later. I've met people who earn 3,000 a month and live rich lives because they're free. They don't owe anyone. They don't try to impress anyone. They live with clarity, margin, and direction. And I've met people who earn 30,000 a month and still feel like prisoners because their minds aren't free. Their habits aren't aligned. Their lives are built on debt, pressure, and appearances. So let me remind you, you are not behind. You are not disqualified. You are not stuck. You are just one disciplined decision away from momentum. And once you start, once you feel the power of clarity and control, you won't want to go back. Because nothing feels better than knowing you're in charge of your life. So don't wait. Start now. Make the shift. Write the news story. Because the truth is, you can build wealth on any income if you build the mindset first. That's the real foundation. And it's yours to build starting today. Now, I want you to visualize something. You wake up, and there's no urgency, no panic. You've got time because your money is working, your habits are solid, and your direction is clear. You're not scrambling, you're building. You're not reacting, you're creating. And it's not because you won the lottery or got lucky, it's because you decided, back when it was hard, to live by principles instead of pressure. That's what wealth buys you. Not just stuff, but space. Space to breathe. Space to think. Space to give. Space to live. But that space must be earned. Earned by choosing discipline over distractions. Earned by building when others are wasting. Earned by staying focused when everyone else is drifting. And the beautiful part? You're already on the path. Just the fact that you're listening, learning, and shifting means you've started something powerful. And now the only thing left is consistency. Because it's not what you do once that builds wealth. It's what you do daily. Every saved dollar. Every wise decision. Every hour invested into learning, creating, and growing. It compounds. It multiplies. It transforms. Until one day, you're living a life others call lucky, but you know the truth. You didn't wish for this. You worked for it. You trained for it. You showed up long before the results did. That's what separates those who dream of wealth from those who actually build it. So keep building. And never again say, I can't become wealthy because I don't make enough. That excuse dies today. Because now you know the truth. It's not about how much you make. It's about how well you manage, how deeply you think, and how consistently you show up. Wealth is available to anyone willing to live with vision, discipline, and purpose. And that includes you. Let's go even deeper. One of the greatest misconceptions about money is that it solves everything. It doesn't. It simply amplifies who you already are. If you're disciplined, money expands your freedom. If you're careless, money magnifies your chaos. That's why the real work of wealth isn't external. It's internal. It's learning to live with integrity when no one's watching. It's learning to delay gratification when everything around you screams for attention. It's learning to choose long-term vision over short-term emotion. Most people want results without responsibility. They want income without insight. But you're different. You're building from the inside out. You're laying bricks with intention. You're designing a foundation so strong that no storm can shake it. That's why you don't just build income, you build character. You build habits. You build clarity. Because those things never go out of style. Markets change, trends fade, but principles, they compound forever. And the best part? Anyone can start. Right here, right now. You don't need permission. You don't need perfection. You just need a decision. A decision to stop playing small, to stop blaming your income, to stop waiting for something outside to shift when the real shift starts inside. You're not a victim of your paycheck. You're the architect of your future. And that kind of power, that's wealth. So what does this look like practically? It looks like saying no often. No to mindless spending. No to impulse buys. No to people who drain your energy. No to habits that keep you stuck. And it also means saying yes boldly. Yes to budgets. Yes to boundaries. Yes to books, mentors, routines. Yes to being misunderstood for a season so you can live free for a lifetime. Most people won't understand this path. They'll ask why you're so intense, why you're so disciplined, why you never relax. But what they call intensity, you call clarity. Because you're not working for money, you're building a life. And while they're chasing temporary comfort, you're chasing permanent peace. That's the shift. That's the mindset of someone who becomes wealthy no matter their income. And you don't need to change who you are. You need to become more of who you were meant to be. Because deep down, you already know the truth. You were never meant for survival mode. You were built to lead, to grow, to contribute, to elevate. And wealth isn't the goal, it's the byproduct. The byproduct of living with wisdom. The result of thinking long-term. The reward for choosing growth day after day. So stay focused, stay grounded, stay faithful to the process. Because soon enough, people will look at your life and ask how you did it. And you'll tell them the truth. I stopped blaming my income and started mastering my decisions. That's the secret. And now, it's yours to live. So what's next? You've learned the mindset. You've heard the strategy. Now you apply it daily. Because information without application is just noise. Pick one principle from this message and act on it today. Start that budget. Make the transfer to savings. Cancel that subscription. Order that book. Wake up 30 minutes earlier. Just move. Movement creates momentum. Momentum builds belief. And belief rewrites identity. And once your identity changes, so does your life. No one is coming to do it for you. But the moment you start showing up for yourself, your future starts showing up for you. So let this be the day you stop making excuses and start making history. The day you stop spending everything you make. The day you stop waiting for more income to take your life seriously. The day you stop giving your power away. Because you've got everything you need right now. You've got your mind. You've got your time. You've got your discipline. And those three things, used daily, are how wealth is built. On any income, in any season, against any odds. Now go build it. And here's the final reminder. This isn't just about money. It's about the person you become on the journey. Because when you build wealth from the inside out, you're not just stacking dollars, you're stacking discipline, character, wisdom, and resilience. And those things, no one can take from you. Markets can crash. Jobs can be lost. Things can shift. But your mindset, your foundation, that stays. And that's why this work matters. Because you're not chasing trends, you're chasing truth. You're not building hype, you're building habits. And you're not hoping to make it someday. You're becoming the type of person who was built for it. That's the real reward. So keep showing up. Keep thinking clearly. Keep choosing intentionally. Your future is watching. And if you stay consistent, if you stay grounded, it's not a matter of if wealth will come. It's only a matter of when. Now go live it. Let this be the standard you live by from now on. I no longer make excuses for my income. I no longer wait for permission to build. I no longer tie my potential to my paycheck. Instead, I act. I build. I grow. I think long term. I take control of my time. I manage what I have like it's already multiplied. I honor small beginnings because I know where they lead. From now on, every dollar has a job. Every habit has a purpose. Every day has direction. I don't chase success. I embody it. I don't envy others. I learn from them. I don't settle. I sharpen. Because wealth isn't something I wish for. It's something I commit to. And that commitment, it changes everything. Because once I became the kind of person who could be trusted with more started to show up. Not by luck, by alignment. And that's the secret. To become wealth-minded long before the wealth arrives. To live as if it's already done. To lead like your future self is watching because they are. And they're counting on you. So give them something to be proud of. Build the mindset. Build the system. Build the future. One habit at a time. This is your advantage, and you don't need permission to use it. The moment you stop saying I can't and start saying I will, the path begins to reveal itself. You stop looking for shortcuts and start building foundations. You stop consuming and start creating. You stop drifting and start directing. Because now, everything has changed. You no longer see money as the end goal, but as a tool, a resource, a servant, not a master. And because of that, you live differently. You speak with conviction. You move with purpose. You rest without guilt because you've earned it. And here's the best part. You're just getting started. There's still more growth ahead, more peace to claim, more impact to make. But for now, remember this. Wealth isn't a destination, it's a direction. And as long as you keep walking it, one step, one decision, one powerful choice at a time, you're already winning. So keep walking. Because the life you're building, it's not just rich in money, it's rich in meaning. And that's the kind of wealth no one can measure and no one can take away. Let me leave you with this. When you choose to lead yourself financially, You lead yourself mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Because how you manage money reveals how you manage life. With intention, with awareness, with discipline, then success is just a matter of time. Let others wait for the right raise, the right economy, the right moment. You build. In silence, in strength, in seasons that no one celebrates. And one day, your results will speak so loudly that no one will question how you did it. Because it's clear, you didn't just earn wealth, you became it. So walk like it, think like it, lead like it. So one day, you'll sit in your paid-off home, maybe with coffee in your hand and sunlight on your face, and you'll smile. Not because the journey was easy, but because it was worth it. And in that quiet, powerful moment, you'll remember exactly when it started. It started the day you stopped waiting for more and started using what you had to build everything you ever wanted. And now the real question is no longer, can I become wealthy? The question is, am I willing to think differently long enough for it to happen? Because that's the only thing separating those who dream from those who do. The doers decide, the doers endure, the doers execute. Not because they always feel like it, but because they know who they're becoming. And when your identity aligns with your vision, nothing can stop you. You'll start to notice little things shift. You'll no longer crave validation from others. You'll no longer chase quick fixes. You'll no longer settle for temporary highs. Instead, you'll crave discipline. You'll crave progress. You'll crave peace. You'll live with more gratitude, more margin, more impact, and others will wonder what changed. But you'll know. You stopped chasing more money and started becoming more valuable. That's the secret the world won't teach you, but it's the one that will change your life forever. So let today be the day you turn the page. The day you stop borrowing beliefs from the past and start building a future that reflects who you really are. The day you stop settling for just enough and start living like abundance is your default setting, because it is. You are capable. You are disciplined. You are the one who breaks the cycle. Not next year, not next month. Now, your life is waiting, and every decision you make from this moment forward will echo into the future you're building. So walk forward with certainty. Speak with intention. Act with conviction. You're not just talking about building wealth anymore. You're doing it. And the evidence? It's in the mindset you carry, the habits you honor, the values you live by. This is more than a strategy. This is your standard now, and you're ready for all of it. Because this time, it's not about hoping. It's about knowing. Knowing that the version of you who builds wealth doesn't wait, they lead. And starting today, that's exactly what you'll do.